25 years ago, I was you. I was 18 years old. I had just graduated from high school, and my parents had started this company. And the Nationals grew as I grew, and the Nationals grew as all of you made the Nationals what it is. And this event is special to me, not only because of the event that it is and what happens out on the floor, but it's special because of the individual people. The main thing that's important to me is that you all walk away from this with a feeling that tonight, this is your night. This is your place to be as special as you are, and we want the Nationals to be glorification of how great you are.
When you do the Nationals for as many years as I've been involved, now over 20 years, you see teams come and go, and you see a lot of the dynasties that they come and they fall, and the one thing that's common when you look at all the strong teams and all the teams that are maybe not as strong, every team that comes to Daytona has a different goal.
Al-Romaizan, New Jersey! United States Marine Corps!
To look at a team that was a champion 25 years ago and compare them to teams today is like night and day. Looking back at it, I have been there for all 25 years, so I have my own memories and my own perceptions of what makes a champion and what makes a legend and what makes a dynasty.
If we win at Eastern Region, great. But the day after Eastern Region, we got to keep going.
You get teams from New York that are just mind-bogglingly good, especially in the inspection, regulation, color regulation, but intense in the exhibition as well. You know, Francis Lewis has really made a tremendous mark and will continue to do so for years to come. I'm convinced of that. Or Marmion comes from out of Illinois and blows everybody out of the water with their exhibition.
But the one thing when you look at all the solid teams, they all have one thing in common. They have very driven, forceful instructors.
They also know that every drill team you go up against is a lethal weapon against you. All it takes is one bad day, one bad routine.
Nobody is a legacy or a dynasty in a vacuum. You are the way you are because of the environment in which you live.
Your performance tells everyone who you are, not what's coming out of your mouth.
It's hard to look at something that's good across the board and say, but I can do that one tiny thing better, and that's going to place me first to your fifth. And that's the difference between walking away with a championship or not.
More and more cadets get exposed to the best of drill. You're going to see more and more schools around the country that are going to raise their level of drill. It's really going to put a pressure point on the strong units from Texas.
The ability for Texas junior ROTC units to dominate drill over the past decade and more has been a phenomenon that is perfect in its simplicity. Add in dozens of military bases from every service branch within just hours of millions of state residents, and you have the foundation of a drill dynasty.
For years we've seen the legends and the dynasties come out of Texas, and primarily San Antonio, with the exception of Flower Bluff and Corpus Christi.
When Jim Rose and Theodore Roosevelt came along, everything changed.
It's Churchill, Reagan, Lee, Roosevelt, Madison. It's great to have great teams out there to compete against, because if you do win, then you know you earned it.
That have hearts as big as Texas, have egos very small relative to their ability. I mean, ego is just not something you see when you look at Flower Bluff.
If we do anything wrong, why continue? Stop at that point, do it again till it's right. And when it's right, most of the time I'll have them do it again to show me that they can do it right again.
I tell the guys, this is a game. That inspector's part of the game is to break you down.
The influence of the Hawaiian style of military drill goes back many decades. Soldiers returning from Vietnam, Korea, and throughout the Pacific Theater from the 1950s through the 1970s encountered native people on these islands that would spin as a part of cultural displays and native dance rituals.
Matt, can we ask, vertical drill?
There's several reasons why drill is popular in Hawaii. I think one of them is, coming from Farrington, is the Polynesian culture. I've been to a fire dance where they actually, spin a knife and spin fire.
And I see them try to practice the similar type routines and moves, and it just makes it that much more challenging.
What you need, though, is to be able to put in the time and have the heart.
They carry all of that, not just in ROTC and JROTC, but they carry that throughout their lives.
Key for me was seeing these kids develop their own routine.
Just turning out a lot of competitors, strong competitors, and a lot of winners.
It's the focus of their participation in junior ROTC because they want to compete, and they want to compete potentially at the national level.
ISIS had existed in the past as only a mail-in video drill meet, and this is the first time that ISIS was ever a live event that people could stand around and watch.
Having the ISIS championships during the National High School Drill Team Championships, I think actually turned out better than we could have imagined.
And I was prepared for that. I was prepared for a good competition, and I was prepared that I was going to have some pretty amazing guys that could do drill.
The cadets were gravitating towards these guys. These are people that are now post-high school. These are college people. We had people as old as 43 years old drilling in this competition.
What I didn't really anticipate was the interaction and the buzz in the Ocean Center among all of the high school cadets that were present.
These were largely products of junior ROTCs, ROTCs, and other high school type drilling associations. And to have them back there, basically putting on this demonstration for these high school kids, the adoration factor was amazing.
It was staggering to see that many people just on pins and needles watching every single moment that was going on. It was breathtaking.
When we came to Daytona Beach, we were so awestruck.
For me, it was like, this is what I want.
It was electrifying. The kids were all excited. It was terrific.
It's a special moment when you walk in there for the first time.
Daytona was the most incredible thing ever, just walking onto that drill field.
It's amazing. It's like a light that turns on. The day of drill, that morning of drill, they're different kids. They're ready to go.
Daytona is the big event.
The work that happens between the last drill meet and the Daytona meet takes you from excellent to exceptional.
It's definitely a challenging sport, physically, mentally, and they give it their all.
You go into the big dance, and the big dance is nice to go to.
You know, it just doesn't ever get any better than that.